Developmental approach to coaching. Hi, I'm Julia from Aephoria Partners. I'm here to talk to you about a developmental approach to coaching. And I guess we should start off with some kind of understanding of what coaching actually is. So coaching is a focused conversation that is intended to highlight and explore and possibly even solve a problem or an issue that is meaningful to someone. When there are not necessarily problems, coaching focuses on helping people improve their life in a way that is meaningful to them. It's all about what is meaningful to them. Coaching conversations tend to be future-orientated rather than past-orientated. But for some coaches, it's quite useful to explore the past as well. So that's coaching, but what is a developmental approach to coaching? Well, I suppose a way to understand this is to look at some of the process steps in a developmental coaching conversation. So firstly, as a coach, I would explore where the person is and what is important, what matters to them, where are they? And to understand this, you could use a developmental typology such as the one we're working with in this program. The second thing I would try and explore is what's the context in which people are operating? And what is their relationship to the context? Do they like being where they are? Is it a struggle for them? Is it tough? Is it rough? What is going on in their relationship with the context? And how is the context impacting on the way in which they live their lives? Once you've covered these three steps, it would be useful to decide on a kind of developmental direction in which you want to go. What is going to look like progress or going forward to the client? Is it solving a problem? Is it becoming happier? Is it finding more meaning at work? What is the developmental direction in which the client wants to go? So now we understand the person, where they are, the context in which they operate, the issue they want to work on, and the developmental direction in which we want to go. So now, what might be useful is to look at some specific ways of having a conversation that can support this kind of shift. So, I use three ways of working. One might be to help the client broaden out the amount of information that they have available to them by asking them questions. How is this? What was your experience of that? What are you envious of? Because of course envy is an amazing emotion in that it really shows us where the client wants to go. It's a very useful and important emotion to explore in this session. Another strategy might be to explore the underlying story that the client is telling themselves about themselves. For example, I will always be stupid, I'll never get a degree, or people don't like me, or I am perfectly lovable and amazing and everything I do is brilliant. So what are the underlying narratives that guide the client's behavior? That's another area to explore. And then if you think it's right and it feels right and you can find the right words for the client, you might want to throw in a bit of theory. And that kind of theory could be a developmental typology, step theory of different levels of adult development. We like existential ideas about life. You might want to throw in theory that comes from your experience or culture or possibly from your profession. So three ways in which you can help the person solve the problem: to broaden the information that they have available, explore their underlying narrative, and pop in some theory. So together, when we combine all these elements, the idea is to make an offering, create new information and make an offering to that person so that they can choose what to do with more information, to identify what is meaningful to them and create a direction and flow for their life.